Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to you all on this Wednesday morning. It is Wednesday, May 21st, 2025. And I would like to welcome you to Purpose Journey Counseling, LLC New Beginnings. We are still walking into new beginnings in the year 2025. My name is Dr. Natatu North, and I am the owner and one of the therapists at Purpose Journey Counseling, LLC, which is located in Cincinnati, Ohio. For those of you, it's your first time tuning in, welcome. You might be wondering, what is Purpose Journey Counseling? Maybe you were scrolling and you just kind of stumbled upon this video. Just stay tuned, stay with us just for a few moments. We're going to do something empowering this morning. But Purpose Journey Counseling, LLC is a mental health private practice. Again, we're located in Cincinnati, Ohio. We offer counseling for children starting at about the age of 5, adolescents and adults. No cap oldest age, but we do start at about the age of 5, and we provide individual, couples, as well as family counseling. So just put that little bug in your spirit so that you know that that's what Purpose Journey Counseling is. But it is 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we are live on Facebook. We're live on YouTube, and the YouTube link for this broadcast is posted on Instagram. So we ask that whether you're catching this live or later in the day, later in the week, later in the month, later in the year, we're glad that you're here. We do ask that everyone just take a few moments to like this broadcast. Please follow us on your preferred social media platform. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Let's share. Like I said, we're not going to be on here long. This is going to be a quick little moment of some inspiration and empowerment this morning. And let's interact and engage in the comment section, and I will show you how to do that in just a second. And at Purpose Journey Counseling, we do believe it is okay to have Jesus first and a therapist too. Not saying the therapist has to be second under Jesus, but Jesus needs to be first, period. So definitely that is one of our models at Purpose Journey Counseling. So before we go any further, I always share this information when we're together. It's the number for the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. The number is 988. Again, the number is 988. The number is 24/7. This number is for if you or someone else is experiencing some type of mental health crisis, some type of mental health emergency. You're not exactly sure what to do. You don't know if you should go to the hospital. You can call this number. You can text this number. Again, like I said, the number is 24/7. So please make sure that you have this number stored in your phone so that you can have it available if ever needed. Again, the number is 988, and that's the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. So, as I stated, it's Wednesday, and on Wednesday, for those of you who are regulars, you know what we do on Wednesdays. For those of you who may not be aware, on Wednesdays we do what's called a Wednesday check-in. Okay, Dr. Natatu, what is a Wednesday check-in? It is exactly what it sounds like. It is Wednesday. So we are checking in to kind of check on our mental status to see where we are. We need to be aware of where we are in terms of how we're feeling, what we're dealing with, what is going on internally. A lot of times we deal with each other, so we see the manifestation of stuff externally, meaning I see that you don't seem like yourself, or I see that it seems like you might be irritated, or you're a little more quiet, or you're a little more snappy. Like, we might notice these things, but we're not aware of necessarily what's going on internally, or even for us as individuals, it might be us. We're experiencing some different behaviors. We're not exactly sure why we're responding. Why did I respond to that email like that? Why did I get upset by that email when I typically wouldn't be upset, or something like that? It's important and imperative for us to understand what is going on in here, what's going on in here. These are connected anyway, but what is going on that is kind of our makeup for, that moment or that day. So that's why we do Wednesday check-ins, and we do Wednesdays because it's the middle of the week. So what is a Wednesday check-in? That's what it is. How do we do it? Well, this is how we can engage in the comment section as well. So if you see look at the bottom of your screen, there are different colored hearts toggling at the bottom of the screen. So these hearts coincide with your check-in. So you're putting a blue heart if you're doing great, a green heart if you're in need of a little push today, a yellow heart if you're just okay, a red heart if you're struggling today, and a green heart if you're in crisis. You don't have to explain anything, but as we're checking in, we're just putting the color heart that coincides with our check-in. And I do my check-in with everyone as well. So I was actually thinking about this when I got out the bed this morning. I was just like, I'm not exactly sure where I'm at right now. But I'm somewhere probably between a yellow heart and a red heart. I think last night before I went to bed, it was probably a red heart because it's only Wednesday, but this has been a week that's been jam-packed with a lot of different stuff and a lot of different responsibilities that need to be handled at the same time, which is kind of difficult. And then working on one responsibility, and then you get a text or an email for something else. So it's been a week, and it's only Wednesday. So I'll probably somewhere between a yellow and a red heart right now. I'm leaning to try to be okay, but it's a lot. It's a lot. So what color heart coincides with where you are right now? I always say this because I think this is important, because sometimes we don't want to say, oh, I'm struggling, because we think that means we're going to struggle all day. Where you are right now at 7 a.m. is not necessarily where you're going to be at 7 p.m. You might be at a blue heart by 8 a.m. The important thing is for you to recognize where you are so you can do something about it. Essentially, that's the reason why we want to know where we are. So the next part of our check-in, after we're putting that color heart, is starting to answer these questions. You can answer them in the comment section, or you can just answer them for yourself. So the first question following your colored heart is, how are you? Really honestly, how are you doing? Not what you think people want to hear. And this is why I say you can do this with yourself. You don't have to put it in the box if you don't want to, but how are you really doing? What's really going on with you at this moment? I kind of already shared mine. That's kind of how I'm doing. I'm looking at the day, and I'm looking at what, actually, I will say the things that I've needed to really accomplish over the past couple of days, I've gotten done mainly, but I'm still looking at my list of things to do, and I'm looking at what else is left, what has been neglected, what are some things that I need to prepare for that are upcoming events, upcoming meetings, things like that. So I'm just still trying to manage. That's how I'm doing right now. That's all I'm doing right now, just trying to get things done and accomplished. But how are you doing? Honestly, how are you doing? Be honest with you. You don't have to tell us anything. Be honest with yourself and acknowledge how you're really dealing, or the things that, or how you're really doing, or the things that you're dealing with, or the things that you're concerned about. You know, maybe make a list of some of those things to identify what those things actually are. It is still Mental Health Awareness Month. We should be concerned about mental health all the time. As the screen said before we came on, make mental health your priority. It has to be a priority, but we've got to stop playing with ourselves in regards to how we're really doing. So we need to be honest about that. So that's that first question. Next question is, what are you planning to accomplish today? What are some things that you need to do? And I always say this, even if it's just sitting, even if it's just, I need to make sure I take a lunch break today. I need to make sure that I don't overwhelm myself today. I need to make sure that I'm organizing my thoughts, not just my work, my actual thoughts. I need to make sure my thoughts are organized. Maybe those are some of the things that you need to accomplish today. For me, it's always the same. It's always the same. One day will be different. One day will be different. But yeah, that's pretty much mine. But I think also for me, in addition to just the stuff that I have to do, I think it's just actually taking some time to just breathe. And honestly, just kind of regrouping mentally myself, because that's one of the things when we're so busy doing everything else, we don't always give ourselves an opportunity to process everything that's going on, because it's like everything's just going. And yes, you're doing this, you're responding to that, you're planning that, you're doing all these different tasks, but oftentimes some of the tasks that maybe you have to do are a little bit stressful, or a little bit, something that's kind of maybe evoking some type of emotion, that you might not be comfortable with. So it's actually, that's my plans today, is to accomplish, and actually my plan to accomplish what I'm going to accomplish today is actually taking some time to really process what I'm doing and make sure that I'm okay, but dealing with whatever it is going on, so that I can make sure that I'm being fruitful in my production of everything that I have going on. So let's start thinking about what you plan on accomplishing today. Next question is, how will you handle the stressors that may come your way today? Stress comes, stress goes. It's a natural part of life. Stress in itself is not bad, but stress in excess can be dangerous. So, how are we handling stress? How are we reducing stress if possible? Sometimes it might be taking a break. Sometimes it might be, walking away from something for a second. Sometimes it's actually just putting it to the side and saying, you know what, I can't handle this right now. And I'm not going to preach this, but we've got to get to a place where we recognize that it's okay sometimes to say no, and it's okay sometimes things are not going to get done, and there's deadlines, there are important things, and sometimes there are things that, and I don't mean this in a wrong way, but sometimes there are things that are extremely important to someone else because they want the deadline. I'm not saying jobs, but sometimes jobs want something done and it may not be able to be done in the time frame that they're asking. So do you need to take a break? I'm the queen of saying let's take breaks, and I am not always the queen of taking them. So that's always going to be my way of handling stress. A lot of times I would say I start my day in the word. So that helps me when I first get out of bed, especially when I'm almost feel like I'm in a green heart in crisis and I just can't do it. But yeah, prayer, scripture, meditation, breaks, taking the time to step. I love to step outside, not when it's raining, but when it's sunshine and kind of warm. Not maybe today, but I love to do that as well. But you have to be able to identify what are those healthy ways, healthy key words, healthy ways of coping and managing stress that comes in your life. Second to last question is, what is your motivation? What is going to help you get out of bed, put your clothes on, do what you need to do today? Actually, whether you're working from home or you have to physically go into the office, what is going to actually help you do your to-do list? What is going to help you not say some of the things that you shouldn't say and not do some of the things that you shouldn't do? Because sometimes even the strongest of us believe that, we need a little bit of help. Maybe we need something to lean on. But what's pushing you? What is motivating you today? For me, I always say it's work completion or just being able to say that I've done something, but I think it's for peace. I want that peace, and I have it, but sometimes it's peace. I think once I'm really able, some of the things that still been just lingering, once I'm able to accomplish those things, I think I'll just have a lot more peace and I'll be a lot less on edge. Not that I'm on it, but sometimes I could be like right here and the edge is here and I'm like here. But I think I'll be closer to not being on edge if I can just kind of have, just a little bit of peace with things. But again, I think that comes from me being able to process my own thoughts, my own feelings, my own responses and reactions to the stuff that's been going on. Let me process that first, and then I think I'll be more motivated to keep moving forward. It's called being human. We're not machines. So things are just happening. We just adapt, but we need to be able to take the time to pause and process. So what's your motivation? What is inspiring you today to live and to do what you need to do? And last question is, most importantly, how can we pray for you? Wednesdays we definitely devote for prayer. Every day is for prayer, but Wednesdays are specifically designed for prayer. If you would like us to pray for you, you can put your name in the comment section. You do not have to put what you want us to pray for. You don't have to put that at all. Sometimes people put, whatever color heart coincides with your check-in and a praying hands emoji. That's it. We're not going to ask you any questions. You don't have to share anything about it. It doesn't mean that we're going to call you and say, hey, do you want therapy? No, we're just going to pray. Men ought always pray, is what the Bible says. So we are going to pray for you, and just that God releases something in your life that's going to allow you to flourish. And, whatever weights may be holding you down, whatever cares you may have, whatever burdens you may have, we're just praying that God lifts those and allows you to be at peace with whatever your circumstances are. So we do pray that prayer over all of you all this morning. But if you do want us to speak your name in that prayer, again, you can put that color heart. If I could do it right, color heart in the comment section if you want. Praying hands. If you want to share, you don't have to, but these are things that are readily available to you. So that is our check-in for this morning. We thank you for taking the time to do that. Again, please like, subscribe, follow, and share. This was someone that, we know people were like, you know what? You probably need to take a moment with yourself. Share this with them. Definitely share this with them. So, just so we know, and we do have our Wednesday check-ins every Wednesday live at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So please make sure that we will be here, Lord willing, next Wednesday at the same time. And we have stated, please mark your calendars for our next podcast, which is not this Sunday, but it is the following Sunday on June 1st, 2025, live at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So please plan to join us on June the 1st for our next podcast. So our tag, every time we are together, I want to encourage you all to be loving, be kind, be compassionate, and be intentional towards others as well as towards yourselves. Again, we thank you for tuning in this morning, and Lord willing, we will see you on next Wednesday for our Wednesday check-in live at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a wonderful, let's do some reflection today, a reflective day. And we are praying for you on today, but have a wonderful day and blessings and love.